Yeah, so if you guys go on to Google Play or what's the Apple ones? Or what's the Apple Store? App Store? Yeah. Go to your App Store, Google Play, and then look up Agent Success app, and that's how you get it.
Many wires. What's that whispering? Is that us or there's somebody playing something?
Okay. Last meeting of the year. Hooray. First one of the year and the last one of the year, right? Okay, while we're waiting here, we got a couple new folks here. We got Salal here. Hello, welcome.
Salah.
Hello, hello, hello. Got Alex way back here over here. Alex. Where's
Not
Alex?
new, but maybe first meeting.
Not new, but first meeting for a while. We've got Bila Sharma here, who's every day is a new day. All right. So we're live. Very done. Okay, everybody. So first of all, welcome everybody here for the last meeting of the year. So we'll start again. I guess probably the first week in January. I haven't got a calendar, but be something on there. Office hours, just so you know, we're going to be closed next Monday and Tuesday. We'll probably closed maybe half a day Sunday. We'll go open Sunday at all, or the 20. So 1 o'clock on Sunday. Next time we'll close at 1 o'clock. We close completely on the Monday, the Tuesday, and then the following Monday will be off as well for New Year's. Beyond that, it's going to be normal hours, right? No, yeah, both Sundays will close at 1 o'clock.
This Sunday, Christmas Eve 1, the following Sunday, New Year's Eve 3.
All right, so it's no difference really. So okay, so 1 o'clock on this Sunday, and then 3 o'clock on next Sunday.
We'll send an email so it's kind of fresh.
I don't know if we're gonna get any snow. They said about snow today, but it seems like too warm to me. Right? Mm-hmm. So those that came to the Christmas event there on Wednesday, thank you. I think we had quite a few people. I think quite a few people liked it. I don't know who all. A lot of people enjoyed themselves. It was fun. It was interesting. It was fun.
How many people did we get total? Was it 180?
295. We had 160 people confirmed. So I'm kidding you. I don't know. I'm just kidding you. No, I'm just kidding you. I don't know what the final count was, but we always do that every year. What we say, like, here, we'll book for this many people, and there's going to be a dozen people that say they're going to be there and they don't show up, and there'll be a dozen people that said they won't be there and they do show up. So it all kind of works out anyways in the end. The advantage of that place there, it's not like your hotel and that they sort of, the way they serve the food and that, you can go back 1 or 2 people. It's okay. Like they've got some flexibility. That's why we like going there. So it's a nice easy place. I think a lot of people took Ubers. That's good. A lot of people go home at 4 o'clock in the morning. 4. Some people we lost. Anyway, so this meeting here, I don't know, what's this mean? This is the last meeting of the year. So I don't know, do you want to be hard? Want to be soft? I don't know. I mean, Chris was talking about goal setting. Goal setting's always been hard. It's always, I don't know why. Goal setting is hard for people to write down, or I don't know. I guess everybody does their goal set. Maybe they don't write it down, but it's in their minds. I'm not sure. But he's got that good app there. It's called Success
Agent Success app.
So those people at home that didn't watch the Chris Leader, he's got this app. He's had it for quite a while now. It's called Success app.
I'm moving it so you can see me. So I'm not just like half a face
just
online.
a voice in the background.
Me and Claire fighting over the camera right now.
So the Success is called the Success website.
Agent Success app.
Agent Success app, and it's an app that's been there for a long time. There, I've had it on my phone now for quite a few years. It's quite a simple thing. It's just have to log in to your just download it from whatever you're on iPhones or Android or whatever it might be, right? So playbooks, where else? But it's there. Right? It's fun.
It's a good track. Track on your equipment's been on, how was your goal?
Yeah. So who's here? So what kind of goals you guys want to do next year? What, like 2024? Anybody have something in their mind they want to share what they want to try to do? And more sales, obviously, but to start a farm. I don't know. Anybody want to start a farm? Is that something we want to think about doing? Maybe doing a schedule and keeping in track of all your past clients. What do you say there? It's a person that moved from Regina to Abbotsford, BC, and he's suggesting get a hold of local charity groups like who would they be? Who's the charity? The Rotary Club, and what's the other ones out there? Lions Club. Does anybody here get involved with those things at all? Is that like, you get involved with those social clubs and that? Good. Rotary Club, okay, yeah. And is that, do you find like talking to business people? That's what it is, right?
Brokerage club is my personal opinion. Mostly retired people.
Yeah, it's old guys. Yeah, it's old retired guys that got nothing to do, right? So, yeah.
So, you can find those people
Mhm.
there, and some of them are very good.
Yeah. So it's just something different. It's out there, right? What else? What are the plans for this year? Anybody have any predictions for next year?
So much better.
It has to be better.
Hopefully better.
Yeah, since you said Varun said interest is dropping.
But the Bank of Canada says they're not thinking.
So the American government decided they're going to have 3 interest rate reductions next year. And they came right out and said it. I don't know how they can say it, but I guess they said it and it'll happen, right? And Canada's, they're not going to be that bold. They're just going to go for the ride, right?
Yeah.
But I don't. Stuff I'm reading is not any indication of increase in interest rates. Stuff I'm reading is that it's going to be even. It's going to slow down. It's maybe come down, maybe a quarter point discount on the interest rates, maybe in the second quarter now. We were talking about the third quarter last time. But when we talk about price reductions, we're only talking about a quarter point. It's not going to be this 1.5% or 2% discount. You're never going to see a 2 or 3% interest rate, maybe in your lifetime, right? So it's going to be around that 5%, 4.5%, 5%. It's going to be like that for quite a bit. So, got any buyers that want to wait for the prices to drop, or you got any sellers thinking that the prices are going to increase? It's really not going to happen. Things are pretty well steady. 2023. We're going to end up with about 65,000 sales for the Toronto Real Estate Board. And somebody said here we've hit bottom. I say we've hit bottom because 65,000 sales for Toronto Real Estate Board shared among 75,000 agents. It's not a whole lot of deals, right? It's only about 2 per. But that's not going to happen again. And 65,000 sales is the least amount of sales that the Toronto Real Estate Board has reported in the last 20 years. 20 years. So to say that we've hit the bottom, yes. Is there room for more bottom? I don't think there is. I think we're at the bottom. I think in fact last month I think was the bottom. Before I thought the month before, but I think last month. So it should be positive from this point forward. Prices are not going to come down. Prices have leveled off to about $1,050,000 overall. Back in February 22, it was the peak at 1.333, but now it's around $1,050,000, $1,080,000, somewhere around that age. It looks like it's going to average about that probably for the next year or so. We're seeing stuff out there that outside of the 905, let's say outside the 416 or the 905 area, the outskirts, stuff in there. Who is it? Clarington and Newcastle, these types of places. What towns were selling at one time for, I don't know, crazy number, $1 million for towns, and now they're going for what, 8s?
Lower.
Or even lower than that. So even 7s out in those cases. So they should have never gone up those prices in the first place, and now they're coming back to normal, right? And for us agents, we don't care about prices. We care about volume. When the prices go up, prices go down, it doesn't makes no difference to us as long as we have volume, right? So that's where we're going now. I want to just touch a little bit on Teresa. Does anybody have any comments about Teresa? Anybody had any issues with the Teresa yet? Is it you have got enough business? Don't have enough business yet?
I haven't gotten taken aback. We immediately showed them that guide, but in all honesty, once you kind of get talking about it, it makes your job a lot easier, very transparent.
So Aaron's saying here that that when you first send your clients might be a little overwhelming and think what's all this information, but once they get it and they read it, then they understand what's going on. And it's to your benefit.
Like, for example, that we get off of listing, so we sit down and you know, it's about the listing. They're the ones that aren't really ready for it, but it has been nothing but for me, like it's.
All right. So a lot of agents, so Sarah here saying that when they meet a client, potential buyer client, they meet them face to face, and you give them the information guide there, then it just creates a conversation. And it sort of makes things more comfortable. Right. So they're so that's good news, right? Some people I know have put the information guide right on their webpage.
Our remarketer site created a whole new tab for it where you can send it to your clients and they go fill it out and it goes right into your CRM.
I would read that information guide yourself. If you haven't read it, read it yourself first. A lot of people are mad about the last page saying if you have any complaints, here's the phone number. But other than that, it sort of gives them the whole picture of what's going on. But I would always use that information guide as a presentation if you ever want to do a first-time home buyers seminar. Like, all the information's there to do a home buyer seminar. Just read the seminar and you're done, right? Answer questions. So I think that's a good thing. Some agents have taken listings and they've gone through our little flow chart. And the flow chart talks about the information guide first. Has anybody looked at that? Is anybody okay with the information guide? It's a good thing to have. You don't have to talk about, it's not the information guide, the flow chart itself. Everybody's comfortable with that? I think so, right? It's pretty straightforward, right? Any more questions on Teresa? The only thing you really have to be concerned about is if you're going to be selling an office listing. If you're going to sell an office listing, you got to find out from the listing agent, are they a designated rep or not? And then based on what they tell you, that's what you're going to base your confirmation representation on. Multi-representation depends on what it is, whether they're going to be designated reps, not designated reps. One's a designated rep, one's not a designated rep. There's a bunch of different options, but all you have to do is understand what it is, read it, and fill it out, right? If you make a mistake, no problem, we'll change it and make it, just sell the house first, right? So don't get all caught up in all these other things here, but that's it. But basically, it's only when there's going to be double end, I think that the trust really comes into play.
Sarah and Aaron had their first experience with multiple offers last week, double ending, multiple offers. But it was not multiple rep.
I'm like, well, people on later.
Yeah.
Well, because the reality it wasn't the highest buyer and you kind of knew that anyways, but you still had to go through the motions of sending the offer and getting the proper paperwork, right? Yeah. It was good.
First time,
Yeah.
first time signing the form 209.
What's the title of 209?
Okay, so here we go. So,
Okay.
all right, so the 209 for, okay, here we go. So now this is the part where the news media is talking about, the Toronto Star and other people are talking about.
The disclosing their offer content. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get back to you in a minute here. So part of the trust will allow your seller to give the contents of offers. And we're telling everybody don't do it. But I know there's going to be agents out there that will do it. And that's why I want to talk about what you're talking about here. It's not your listing, right?
No.
Okay, good.
Yesterday, I went to a multiple listing.
All right.
So, and so many of our colleagues don't know details about this thing. So
But you're on the buyer side giving an offer.
I disclose everything except the price. Yes.
So you're
everything.
Okay, so we have an agent here who had a buyer, and the listing agent. This is what I'm telling you about. I don't want you guys using this particular form unless you fully understand what it is and use it strategically. So you got one here where the listing agent disclosed. The listing agent disclosed.
He disclosed everything except for the price, he said, right?
Yeah.
So we have an agent here that disclosed everything but the price. So he did the closing date, down payment, the deposit.
How is it beneficial?
And even the agents that submitted offers, their names. Their name, everything.
And they had an offer date. They had a particular date they're looking at offers.
Did the property sell?
Yeah.
Okay.
It sold.
All right,
so spreadsheet.
So this individual here has created a spreadsheet. He's probably did it on, I don't know, maybe Google Drive or something. You can do different things with Google Drive. You can have people look at the Google Drive live when you make changes, or you can just save it as an Excel type file and then email it to where you want to do, right? So in this particular case, the guy set up his own little GL, and I guess he emailed you the file every once in a while.
Did you have live access to look at it, or
No,
he was updating and sending you a new
He
file?
just send this as a spreadsheet.
Okay.
Attachment to the email.
So what he decided to disclose here, he's got all the offers. So they've got 5 different offers. They've got the deposit for each offer. They've got the closing date for each offer. They've got the conditions of each offer.
Interesting is the commission.
He's put in here the no deposit check. So he wants to know whether he's got the check with the offer or not. And he's got commission being 2%, 2.5. What does that mean?
That means in the MLS it's 2%, but some of the agent ask for 2%.
So here's
Oh,
all right.
okay.
So it's a multiple offer situation, 5 offers offering 2%, and this guy here, he wants 2.5%.
Or he didn't read MLS. Could be either.
So what was the list price?
Pardon me?
How much was the list price on the property?
This price 599.
$599. And what was the final price? Do you know?
Final price she didn't disclose because it's sold condition. But could know.
Take a guess.
It's like around 625, something like that.
625 or so?
Yeah. But the interesting thing is the guy who wins is closing in 1 month. That's the win.
They haven't got closing date here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. It's closing date 1 month. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
all right, that's good.
that's competitive. So how did you feel? How did your buyers feel?
My client was not ready for 1 month.
Did your buyer like seeing the information though?
Oh yeah, it's very informative and
They don't think you're lying.
buyer says only for because his down payment is not ready.
All right. So in this case here, so what was your, I know we lost, right? We lost. You lost? So what was your,
Just for the closing date.
just for the closing date? So did your client match the highest price? Did you guys change, did he change his price?
She gave a chance to.
A second round?
She didn't disclose the price. Yeah.
At that point.
She didn't disclose the price, right?
I was close to my client was ready to go for even 650.
Why didn't they?
But when we like even the price was not factored, the closing factor. I don't know what.
Maybe they bought something.
Yeah. Okay, so that's interesting there. So it didn't come down the way I thought, but the guy did not disclose the price, which is okay.
Even look at the deposits like from 15,000 to
Yeah.
50,000.
Yeah, good.
The seller says 20,000 is okay for me.
So this was probably okay, and
Yeah.
your buyer felt your buyer was informed, your buyer was happy with the process.
Yes, he's happy.
I can see that without the price. It's good information. Conditions were disclosed also.
They were.
And you can do it.
Yeah.
But it's not sufficient.
No,
You have to sign your form, right?
correct.
That's why I'm surprised.
The guy didn't win.
No,
That offer didn't win. Yeah. So the question is, so they're offering 2%, and then one of the guys asked for 2.5%. The question is that legal? You're not allowed to negotiate the commission on MLS with the offer. So you have to negotiate on the confirmation representation before you present the offer. But that's another issue, right?
he can.
So really you can't do that anyway. So I mean, you're supposed to do it beforehand.
So that offer is.
So that offer would have been rejected right away. So
Could also have been a mistake. May not have been on.
Yeah, but how come the listing agent did the same mistake putting 2.5?
yeah, who knows? That guy didn't win, right?
No, they just put out this offer and don't put in the list,
Mhm.
like 4 offers.
Interesting. So what are you guys gonna do? You guys are okay with the disclosing of contents of offers? I don't recommend it until you do at least the second round, third round, last round. Unless your client has a specific date that they're looking
Yeah,
for,
like
but
the closing
you know.
date, if you're looking for a particular date.
yeah, interesting. Okay, let's go into sales stats for a moment here. Nothing, not in any particular order here, but listings have gone down to 15,500.
Yeah.
300 as of last night, 15,500, and we sold 200 in the last 12 hours. So, all right, good. Of the 15,500, I'm going to use my number right now. 15,500 properties for sale right now. 6,500 are owner occupied. Did you hear what I said? So 15,500, 6,500 are owner occupied.
The maximum is the investment.
So there's over 9,000 are either tenanted or vacant. And if I break that down into freehold and condo, freehold, there's about 8,000, let's say 8,200 freehold listings right now. Of those, 3,300 are vacant or tenanted. So not more than, not quite half. On the condominiums, there's there's 7,300 condominiums listed for sale right now, and 4,500 of those are tenanted or vacant.
More than that.
More than half. And it makes sense, doesn't it? Because we talked about during the COVID, 1 in 4 sales were being sold to investors buying second properties. So now these guys are cashing out, right? So it's there. Sales themselves are good news. Sales are up 5% from last year. Right, so for the first 17 days. Unfortunately, though, condominiums are down 7% from last year, and freeholds are up 14%. So does anybody have any condos they're trying to sell right now? Are they suffering, or are your condos sitting there right now? Not even showing. Right. So this is what tells you this too. So your competition is your vacant properties and your tenant. That's who you're competing with. So it's sort of shaking out that way. On the leases themselves, we've got 14,000 active listings. That's quite a bit. So active listings have gone up 2,000 in the last month or so. And they're actually, the leases themselves are plus 7.5% for condos. And they're minus 16% for freehold. So the leases are a complete opposite to the sales for the freeholds and the condos. Anybody trying to rent out a condo right now? That's sitting there? No? Ron? Your condo sitting there getting activity, or just on the weekends, nothing going? Is that a house or condo? Condo, yeah.
Melissa has one downtown.
One downtown lease. It's been was on the market for a while.
What I'm talking about is about a month.
Wow.
Pretty good, huh?
That's too negative.
Too negative, right? Is this a thing? I haven't been to university for a long time, or college around. Is this a thing? Somehow I got it on this Humber College website. I don't know how I got that.
It must be a new thing nowadays. It wasn't in my day, but now I can see it. Yeah.
Here's a guy advertising for students saying, "I can handle your assignments, online class, and exams at cheaper rates. Please feel free to contact me." Is this a thing?
Yeah, for sure.
Like people, the guys from I don't know. His phone number starts with a 919, wherever that is. Probably, right? But do people do that? Like, do people write exams for students and stuff like that? Is that a business model?
Haven't you
You
seen
said
Suits?
919, I know where that's coming from.
Haven't you seen the show Suits? That's how he helped
No.
everyone get their law degrees.
No.
Yeah.
I thought this was fun. I'm gonna make a social commentary as we're at it here. So social media, right? So everybody who's on social media. Good. So this one here, TikTok. This is a house in East York that's on TikTok. It had 3 million views on TikTok. They're saying here that this Toronto house has been viewed on TikTok more than 3 million times. It's a custom built home. Fortunately, still for sale. It's been on the market for over 25 days. Listed for $2.75 million. Guy paid $1.1 million for it, and then he renovated it. But that doesn't. It goes back to what I've always said. What have I said that sells houses? Price always sells houses. So this guy here's got 1 million TikTok views and probably still not sold.
That's a good example.
So if you got a seller that says, "I don't want to reduce my price," you got to market it. Well, here's somebody that marketed it and got 3 million views. It's still not sold because price. Right? So it's kind of fun that way. CMHC, it's funny. CMHC says that the new home builds for November were down 22%. So the government's trying to get more inventory. They're trying to give all this money for people to build purpose-built rentals. They're trying to get things going there, saying how we have to build 150,000 new homes for the next 10 years every year. And meanwhile, they're down 22% because costs too much because the market's not there. It costs too much to build, and the buyers aren't really paying what it costs to build right now. I'm not sure what the reason would be, but that's kind of good for us as far as being a shortfall for inventory. So it should be, again, we're into units, so we want units to sell, right? This Toronto-based company here is going to screw things up. There's always something screwing things up, but anyways, some time ago, about a year and a half ago, this company came to Toronto. They got a lot of bad press. In the States, they got a bad press. This is a hedge fund company, and in the United States, they're stopping this from happening in the States. There's lawsuits going on right now, but this is a hedge fund company that's buying residential real estate and converting it into rentals. They were planning a year and a half ago, they're going to buy 4,500 units. Now their goal is to buy 10,000 units, strictly to hold as a hedge fund, like a RIF. It's not like a RIF, like a REIT. So they're having this investment. Everybody invests in this company, and the company owns 10,000 residential single family homes.
So are they going to be paying cash?
They're paying cash, these guys, or they're however the finance. I don't know how they're doing. It's a hedge fund, so they got all kinds of money. And then they're going to renovate them and rent them out and put them in the pool, and that'll be part of their whole portfolio. Good news for us though is they can't afford Toronto. So they're buying places like Peterborough, Sault Ste. Marie. They're buying all the outskirts of Toronto. They're buying all the cheaper stuff in that.
Positive cash flow.
Yeah, they're going to positive cash flow in all these units. So that's kind of curious. So if you want to have a client in your back pocket, you might want to find out who the core people to use, and the name of the company is called. It's Core Developments, and the company that they use is called Avenue. AVANEW.
Didn't Zillow do something like this too? They bought a bunch of properties and then they.
Zillow in the States, yeah, but that was Zillow. It was a little different than what these guys are doing. Remember some time ago, I told you guys about how the builders are being very tough with buyers. Buyers go to buy a house and the property doesn't qualify, or the interest rates have gone up. They don't qualify because of their income, don't qualify for appraisals. And then what's been happening is the builder saying, "So sad, too bad. You know, go to a private lender. What are you going to do?" And then what was the reaction? All of a sudden, townhouses started burning down. I've seen more houses burn down. Now this guy here built a $14 million house. It was all ready to go. It's at York Mills and Bayview, and it was a $14 million house, and somebody burnt his house down. He was all complaining about that. So that seems to be the new thing nowadays, right? So you gotta be a little bit careful out there when you're talking to folks. Canada's housing market expected to hit close to normal in 2024. So this company here is predicting prices to increase by 6%. Doesn't matter.
Just someone's prediction.
Someone's prediction, right? So 6% increase. So that's good news, right? So you want to take that as being positive news for 2024. It's royal page. And I think somebody else came up with increase as well. They're saying that right across like Canada, they expect a 5.5% increase. In Toronto, in particular, 6% increase, just because of things settling down. Things are starting to settle down. The interest rates are starting to settle down. Everybody's doing those things. Some of those builders that I talked about, they're taking back mortgages instead. So if you got a client that anybody have any clients in that situation where they bought pre-construction, they can't close? Anybody here have any of those situations?
A lot of people.
So there's a lot of people. So they're saying here that a lot of builders are taking back mortgages for 2 years. So rather than losing deal altogether, and rather than the client being in dire straits, the builders giving them mortgages instead. So it's something you might want to consider to suggest to your client, see if the builder will take back a mortgage for them.
It's got to be a good, stable builder that'll be able to do that.
Well, they're saying there's the smaller builders are doing it, not the bigger ones.
I just see recently builders are offering 2.99% mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah, mortgage buy down. Yeah, and you can do that in resale too.
Yep. Now we talked about that last week too, right? If you got a situation where Varan's got Scotiabank, that'll do pay downs as well. And Varan's example was $10,000 for 1 year mortgage. $500,000 mortgage 1 year was $10,000 to buy it down by 2 points.
Would you put that in like a brokerage remark?
Well, they are only qualifying for the lower rate.
And that's the other thing; they qualify for more money. So
that's a benefit.
Right?
Yeah. Would you put it in a brokerage remarks, or how would you promote that?
Seller willing to pay down mortgage 2%.
Contact LA for details.
Yep. That's right. Nobody here is going to do this, but nobody here is retiring in 2023.
Chad. Katelyn, maybe.
If somebody's thinking about home, if somebody's thinking about retiring, you gotta let us know before the year's end, because we have the old insurance and you have the new insurance. So if you're gonna retire, then you still qualify under the old insurance, but you have to pay a fee to be able to make that happen. So some things going on. We haven't got that many.
And Salah was the first time on his new forms that they're asking for beneficiaries and trustees and stuff. So that because as a new agent, now they're getting that information for your benefits. I don't know how they're going to get our information. But
Sure. Short meeting today.
Yeah.
Short meeting. Very short meeting today. How far meeting today?
It's too negative. He has a whole pile of stuff that he didn't talk about.
I had a whole bunch of stuff there.
Too
I said,
negative.
that's the negative. That's negative. I don't want to talk about that. Right?
Gotta stay positive.
You stay positive, right? I don't want to do anymore. So, short-term rental. I'll talk about that. Also negatives. I'm okay. Let's just have a short meeting today because we had the long one with Chris. So again, we'll do the meeting again next year. We'll still be around. We'll still be here anyway. So we're not going anywhere.
We're still here.
Okay? We're still here.
Looking at you.
So if we had 6,500 sales and the average price is $1,050,000, what do you think? 65,000 sales and the average price is $1,050,000. What's next year going to bring us? Any predictions?
$1,090,000.
$1,090,000 and
100,000.
and how many units?
100,000.
Last
Next year is going to be
2022 we had 75,000 units.
22,
65.
74, 755.
So it's going to be better than last year. All of the above, right? That's all we need, right? Better than last year.
But next year's going to be the opposite.
We almost hit one.
15,000.
We hit like 120 like one time, didn't we?
Yeah, that's insane. 130,000.
Is there questions online? Sarah's got something she's gonna do too.
Based on the population.
For Christmas thing.
She wants to talk.
Anyone have any listings you want to talk about or try to sell internally? Not muffle rep anymore if you're a DR. Did anyone have any listings you want to talk about before we wrap up?
I have 7 offers last night for 260,000 over that.
So the list low working.
3 days.
Is that the Whitby or?
Friday morning for last night.
So Shiv had one there, 7 offers, sold for 250 over asking. So what was your list price? Was it
Originally I listed 1.1.
1.1?
No, that's not possible. 1.1. That's 9.
Yeah, good.
Shiv, I won't sell less than 1.1. Okay. So that's just 990.
Good.
I sold for 1.6.
All right, so it was listed for 999, sold for 1,260,000, right? But it was worth 1.2 all along, right?
Sorry?
It was worth 1.2?
1.1.
1.150, you got over 1.2?
1.2.
So underpricing still works. So right.
So
So if you got any property sitting there doing nothing, that's something you want to look at, right? Sarah, you want to talk about something or no?
Are you doing your Christmas thing or?
Oh, yeah.
You can come on up. I think we're ready. Yeah. Do you want to come up here or you want to do it from there?
Well, I've no pressure from here because I can throw really well. I'm seeing a lot of new
You can come up this way here so we can get on the people at home too.
All right, people who weren't here last year, I have some holiday trivia, and anybody that answers the questions correctly gets a chocolate, and the person with the most chocolates at the end gets a $25 gift card to Tim Hortons. So it's fun.
Sounds good. Solved.
twice $25 gift card or chocolate.
Nope, you gotta get the most chocolate.
Answer a question, Chip. All right. In the famous holiday classic, A Christmas Carol, how many ghosts appeared to Scrooge?
3.
Hands up.
Winning a lot.
Anybody?
He said 3, right?
It wasn't 3. No.
It was 4.
5.
Look at that. Dad. All right. In the Christmas classic, Home Alone, the McAllisters left Kevin behind on their way to Paris.
Yeah.
In which modern day country in the village of Patara, otherwise known as Asia Minor, was Saint Nicholas born?
Germany.
Same.
Island.
Now, this is the one that stumped everybody last year.
Finland.
No.
UK.
No.
They're close to Germany.
Starts with a T. Quick, quick, quick. Boom.
Whoa.
All right. In the Christmas song Silent Night, which words follow Silent Night?
Holy night.
Good guess.
In which country does eggnog originate?
I don't like it.
Oh, nice.
Where was that?
England.
England. In which country began the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree? Boom.
What was it?
In the 1800s, the first gingerbread house was built at Christmas after being inspired by which famous fairy tale?
Did you say realtor?
Fairy tale.
Oh, Ginny.
Boom. Hansel and Gretel.
Oh, yeah.
What's the name for the creature in mythology that scares and punishes? Huh? Nope. Naughty children. Yep. Oh, sorry, I'm not gonna make that.
You did a good job.
Who was the answer for that one?
Krampus.
Say it again.
Krampus.
What's Krampus?
That's like Santa's.
I've never heard of Krampus.
Yeah, it's like an evil
How do you
Santa.
spell it?
Krampa. In 2020, this Christmas song was voted as America's most disliked and petitioned to be removed by the Me Too movement. In 1931, which company was the first to use a rosy-cheeked bearded Santa Claus in their...
What is Coca-Cola?
Yeah, was it you that said Coca-Cola? Sorry. Whoever said Coca-Cola, be truthful.
Debbie, did you say it? Oh, okay.
No.
Merle, did you say it? Merle said it.
Someone of
Katie Merle.
someone said it.
Caitlin Merle.
Okay. According to the poem, sorry, according to the poem, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, what dances in the heads of children as they sleep?
Toodles.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I'll get it after. Merry Christmas is said in many languages, but how is it said in Spain? According to the song, how many times does Santa check his list? Boom. I knew the friend was a bad idea. Which traditional Christmas decoration was originally made from strands of silver? Yeah. Okay. In St. Petersburg, Russia, in 1892, this traditional themed theatrical performance didn't even get the question up. Good job. Which of Santa's reindeer has the same name as another famous holiday mascot?
Who answered? Donner.
Another famous.
Sleepy, grumpy.
Should have been, does everybody know the name of Santa's reindeers? Any other help?
Don't be.
Comet.
Oh.
Davidson. Comet. Wait, did I? I swear we said all.
It's another holiday as soon as you say yes. Cupid. In which country is KFC considered a popular Christmas meal?
USA.
USA. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Is that right?
The truth?
Let's verify that.
I had to look that one up because I was like, no way.
It's true.
Yeah. When following a traditional bread recipe, what would you stick into the onion?
Salt. Sugar.
It is a spice.
What?
Turmeric. Turmeric, chili powder.
What is clove?
Clove. Bam, Danik. Nicely done. All right.
Erin, she's trying to get it done.
Who wrote the famous line? Who wrote the famous line? Christmas doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more. Boom.
Who's got the kids?
All right. And how many chocolates? 3.
I'm not taking it.
How many you got, Sanic? Oh, congratulations.
You know, it's very sad to be around smart people.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
I had to change them up from last year because I thought everybody would remember.